There we go. What is this I hear about you Googling your symptoms?
I spent the whole weekend Googling.
We don't Google our symptoms. That's
never Google.
No, man, that's a ride straight to hell. You cannot Google your symptoms. I mean, nobody posts about how healthy they're feeling. Like, hey, I had this lump, man. Thank God it was nothing. Nobody posts that stuff. It's all the fear, you know? There's a funny video. Welch, have you seen this? Never Google your symptoms?
No.
Oh, it's so funny. It's a few years old. Good morning, Steve.
Hey, Pamela.
Good morning, Pam.
Good morning.
Yeah, it's really funny. It's catchy too. Never Google your. I'm gonna send it to you, Bubba.
Yeah, he needs to never Google anything.
Yeah, stay off the internet forever. No more internet for you. You've abused yourself with it.
Yeah.
Back live in 1 minute.
Just some of the treatments are just medieval.
Stop Googling.
Don't Google that stuff.
Medieval.
Dr. Steve told me how they take a biopsy.
You shouldn't be talking to him either.
Right. With pleasure. He told you that, I'm sure. Oh,
yeah, exactly.
You.
That's right.
You don't even have a diagnosis yet, but next thing you know, they've got a whole toolbox waiting for you.
It's a probe that shoots out needles. Right? See, Madison?
Don't tell me these things.
Well, you don't have a prostate.
Well, I don't want to know about it either.
Somehow, if you called it an instrument, it would be less worse than probe.
An instrument.
Like a probe is what you go into the galaxy with, you know?
Back live on radio.
My first car was a probe.
3, 2, 1.
102.9 W4 Country. Nico, Moon, a good time in the morning show that makes you feel good. Join us for a rather colorful conversation going on right now off air at facebook.com/W4 Country or youtube.com/W4 Country. It's Bubba and Madison in the morning.
Good morning.
Brian Welch has a fantastic weather forecast for today.
Mostly sunny with highs in the mid 60s.
And Dr. Marty is here for your Monday morning jumpstart. What are we talking about today?
Let's talk about embarrassment. Something a little lighter.
Oh, I'd rather not.
You made the face too. I've been studying this, you know, before the show, and that's kind of the universal thing. You tilt your head down to the left, and Welch, you just did it.
Well, I mean, I'm pretty familiar with the gesture.
with being embarrassed.
Yeah.
I was born embarrassed.
It's on the way on 102.9 W4 Country.
Clear.
I think this is going to be a good topic.
You think? Tell some war stories.
Oh, man. I usually try not to save memories like that.
You just told Bubba that they were going to drive a car up where the sun don't shine, that probe.
There's lots of probes involved in this.
Hit the gas and just solve your problem. Oh, man. Did I sleep enough?
Good morning.
Good morning.
The nurse who called me Friday, that was very nice. She told me that I needed to calm down.
I'm glad someone did.
Yeah, you know what? Every test, they find something and rule it out. I mean, hey, Troy.
Good morning.
I want to come out there, Troy.
Is there something you should do to prep for this test?
Huh?
Is there something that you have to do to prep for this?
Yeah, this weekend I could have no exercise, no Parcheesi, no no self Parcheesi. No.
That's kind of exercise, yeah. Just no exercise.
Just basically
Down
sit
there.
there. And if
Oh
you-
no, you could be very lazy about it, Marty.
Thank you, Lisa.
We need someone to tell him that it's not that bad. Someone who's been through it.
Even
Oh, I
if
don't-
you
I
even if you have to
don't-
lie, just
Right,
tell him.
yeah, go ahead and lie.
My main question is going to be, can you put me to sleep with that or give me drugs where I don't care?
Mm-hmm. That's my question every time. Every time I go in for a lady appointment, you just knock me out.
This is just a physical, Madison. No, we cannot knock you out.
This is just a physical.
Oh,
To be
Lisa,
fair, that first of all, congratulations, Lisa, because
Yeah.
that's awesome. Second of all, to be fair, I don't think he ever was told those words,
no, you're gonna be fine, Bubba.
right? Yeah, nobody ever said that to you. You started Googling and went out of control.
Well, this number is synonymous with a 50-50 chance.
I understand, but nobody's said anything yet, right?
As of now, you have no diagnosis.
Oh, Kimberly.
Good
Hello,
morning.
Mark.
Can I get an Ideal You live read after traffic, please?
Mark Lay was one of the people that reached out to me.
Oh yeah, that's good. See,
And we are back live on radio in 5, 4, 3, 2.
102.9 W4 Country 745 and the Breakfast with Bubba Show on a Monday. That means it's time for the Monday Morning Jumpstart. You can watch us live at Facebook.com/W4 Country or YouTube.com/W4 Country. We've got Dr. Martin Fletcher here from the Shepherd and the Shrink podcast, also Renew Hope Counseling, drmartinfletcher.com. We're talking about embarrassment.
We are, yeah. Have you ever been embarrassed?
Oh, have I been embarrassed? I've been, yes, of course I've been embarrassed. I'm embarrassed daily a lot of times.
So what is embarrassment?
I don't know, is it a feeling of shame?
It's close. It's really close. When there's a social expectation that wasn't met, then primates, we get that feeling of, oh my. It's sort of, look at it as the opposite of pride. Pride is like, oh, I just did something cool. Look at the end zone.
stupid, and I feel terrible about it.
All right,
I feel dumb.
let's start running through the list, Marty.
Okay, so first of all, number one, let's get away from the punishment sort of view of when people make mistakes. So what in some research, it's been shown on film that if a child behaves after an accident or a screw up with embarrassment, they're less likely to be punished. We need to do that with ourselves too. So when you screw up a little bit, it's nice to not want to beat yourself up over it. Okay.
Yeah, I still beat myself up in my mind over things that happened years ago.
Oh yeah.
Man. It can go back into like junior high, even if you have those memories, which is number two. When you do get those memories, focus on a non-emotional aspect of it. So even the setting or another person who was there, but get out of that emotion of embarrassment, or you'll reinforce that. So that's number two, is focus on non-emotional details of the embarrassing memory.
Okay, more with Dr. Marty coming up about embarrassment and how to deal with it with the Monday Morning Jumpstart. Watch us live right now, Facebook.com/W4 Country or YouTube.com/W4 Country. Madison, what's going on in traffic?
We are still watching the freeway closure that is on 96 eastbound at Beck. All lanes are closed, and it is very slow moving. Backups starting around Milford Road, so you definitely want to avoid that area. 23 seems to be running pretty smoothly, though, and I don't have any problems to report on 94. We do have some problems on 275, northbound 275, just south of 14, the 96 interchange there. There's an accident. Slowdowns are starting around Ford Road, pretty slow moving right through there. A little heavier traffic on Michigan Avenue through downtown Saline and right around 23, and a little heavier on Main Street through downtown Chelsea. If you have a tip for us, 734-623-1029. Traffic is sponsored by Discover, and that's the latest from the W4 Country Traffic Center.
Yeah, we're talking about embarrassment. If you're embarrassed of the way you look in photographs and, summer's coming up and things opening up, more and more pictures being taken, you can lose up to 40 pounds by Memorial Day with Ideal You and look your absolute best. I lost 28 pounds. Madison lost 24 pounds.
I did, and you could be 40 pounds down by Memorial Day. I mean, think about that. If you book today, Ideal You will give you $200 in free groceries when you sign up for the program. That's on top of the free body composition analysis, and you can book your free consultation right now at idealu.us and see why Ideal You is different than other weight loss companies.
Absolutely. Get over to idealu.us. They make it easy. You can do appointments on in the evening. You can do appointments on Saturday. Just get in and start your path to up to 40 pounds in 40 days by going to idealu.us. Results may vary based on physical health and adherence to program. No weight loss or health guarantees are provided or implied. Hi, Teresa.
And clear on radio.
Hello, Cindy and Lisa. Have I ever met Cindy and Lisa, Teresa?
Say hi to my friend Chuck Champagne Downer.
No offense, Chuck, but that sounds made up.
No, it's real. Look, he's on there. Even says Champagne. There's a story, an embarrassment
not
to be told about that name.
I was going to say something about, embarrassment. Like if you didn't get a nickname from the incident, it probably wasn't that bad. If you did get a nickname, we can examine those.
Exactly. If
we can limit it to those, just the ones that got you a nickname.
If it defines you from here on out, yeah, it was bad.
Yeah, if people can still recall it and bring it up.
There are people with that story. I'm not going to say, but one came to mind immediately when you said that, Welch. There are some people that did something that was so unusual.
Well, tell Cindy and Lisa I want to meet them too. Next time I fly to John Wayne, I want to travel. I haven't flown in weeks.
Weeks, he says.
Weeks.
Oh, no.
Oh, my, all the humanity.
Literally, it's been, well, I guess it's been 2 weeks.
Like the longest you've ever gone, huh?
2 weeks ago was just Cincinnati. That doesn't count.
Oh, so it hasn't been weeks.
So how far do you have to go for it to count?
I don't know. John Wayne Airport would certainly count.
Weeks.
Weeks.
Oops, sorry, guys.
If I do end up with a diagnosis of the big C, we're going to all just travel like crazy. These credit card companies have given me limits that I don't even understand.
When are you going to know, Bubba?
I don't know.
I mean, what's the next call or whatever, or the next test or the
3:30 today, I have my first test at the urology place.
Okay. Today you're in.
Yeah. So no, I imagine they'll retest the blood.
Okay. But there are other reasons why that could be elevated.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So let's not Google too much here.
Yeah. Please stop Googling. I've done it. It's no good. And we treat illness anxiety, and that's one of the first things we'd say is there are ways of treating illness anxiety. It's a real thing. Anytime someone gets a test, they're on edge a little bit, right?
Yeah.
I always have anxiety about medical stuff. I can't ever Google it.
Yeah, I could get any test right now, and I would be a little bit, stressed until I heard okay.
Like I've never had an abnormal physical before, but every single time I go for a physical, I think something's wrong.
Yeah.
I look at myself in the mirror every morning and say, "You've got cancer."
Oh no.
I do. I've done that for
That's
years.
not a good pep talk for your morning.
It's like a version of self-affirmation.
There's got to be
You have
cancer in there
cancer.
somewhere.
You're gonna die.
Yeah, if there's anything positive that comes out of this, Marty, we'll need an emergency appointment.
Oh yeah. No, I want to talk to you anyway about the illness anxiety while you're leading up to this when we're off here. You got that cool purple thing going, Madison. Like that's like stage lighting. Huh?
It's my thing.
It is. It's like when Kiss had all those albums, that was Paul Stanley's look that you
10
had.
seconds.
You did their solos.
We're back live in 3, 2, 1.
102.9 W4 Country, Chris Jansen, and good vibes. Time right now is 7:54. We're with Dr. Marty for your Monday morning jumpstart. We're talking about embarrassment. Point number 1 he made, get away from the punishment. Don't punish yourself over it. Number 2, focus on the non-emotional aspect of the embarrassment. What's point number 3, Marty?
Stop being a perfectionist. Get over yourself. You're a human being. You're gonna do silly things on accident and sometimes just bad judgment, but you are a human being. You're not perfect. You did not bound off of Mount Olympus. You are capable of screwing up, and that's to be expected occasionally.
All right, well, we have time for point number 4 right now.
Okay, what kind of relates to this was like learn to laugh at yourself. Okay, the whole world, you're not on a stage. The whole world's not looking at you. Okay, and it's okay to not take yourself so seriously all the time.
All right.
No, it's not. It's
More
not
with
okay, Marty.
More with Dr. Marty coming up after Tennille Arts, Somebody Like That on W4 Country.
Clear on radio.
Some of us more than others, huh?
How are you doing that with your lighting though? Like, what do you got going there? Is that
It's
like
just, it's the if I turn off my neon, it won't be like that.
okay? It's cool.
It's just the neon makes it look kind of purple.
What's everybody doing? There are lots of people here, but nobody's
I
commenting.
know nobody's saying anything.
Tell us something embarrassing that you did, maybe.
Yeah, there
Yeah.
you go.
We'll give you a nickname for it.
Good morning, Katrina.
Or just come up with the nicknames, and then we can fill in the blanks of how they got that nickname. That'd be fun.
Well, I was on a Boy Scout trip once, and we were going on a hike, and the rubber sole of my hiking boot pulled away from the rest of the boot.
Yeah.
Like the glue had just worn out or something like
Yeah.
that. And so it was like a flip-flop, basically. That was the sound it made.
Oh man.
Our guide was just like, I'll take care of it. He took some rope and tied it across like the arch of my foot and over the underneath it to hold it on. He kept calling me Flipper. I was so embarrassed.
Oh, that's mean.
Because I was already like, I was the the dorky kid in Boy Scouts.
So that's saying something.
Right. Yeah. The other guys at least played sports or something.
I was at church camp in 7th grade. We went to Lake Havasu for church summer camp, and we were water skiing and doing tubing behind a boat. And I was doing tubing, and my body got too far back on the inner tube, and I lost my swimsuit.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
That can happen.
And the boat pulled back around, and so everybody in the church youth group was there, and I was naked in the water. Nobody had thrown me a towel in the water.
Oh, that's
mean.
that's what people have dreams about, that nightmares about the social humiliation, being naked in front of people.
right. That's always a big one, right? It's I was naked in front of a crowd.
Jacob, I will do my best to remember. Could you shoot me a message on Messenger?
Yeah, you can't tell him beforehand.
Right. Needs to be
Hold
in real
on.
time.
I might have sticky pad in here.
Oh, thanks, Amanda.
Oh, thank you, Amanda.
Here, Jacob. I think he's getting a happy early birthday.
There you go, Jacob. You happy?
It's
Back live on radio in 3, 2, 1.
102.9 W4 Country and the Breakfast with Bubba show in the morning. We're talking with Dr. Marty, as we do every single Monday morning, about embarrassment. And we've reached the 5th point. What do you want to tell us, Marty?
Yeah, to actually talk about it. So research shows that if you tell the story to somebody else, and it might start with, oh my gosh, this is so embarrassing, I got to tell you this, that actually the embarrassment experience of embarrassment goes down. So just the more we conceal it, the worse the embarrassment and shame.
The more we conceal it, the less we heal it.
Oh, I like that. We should write a self-help book. How about that? You write it, and I'll
most embarrassing thing that happened to me was 7th grade church camp. We were at Lake Havasu, Arizona, and we were inner tubing and water skiing, and I was tubing behind the boat, and my body got too far back. 7th grade, mind you, think of the changes that are going on, and my swimsuit got pulled off my body by the water.
Oh no!
And there I was. I let go of the tube. I realized I was naked, flopping around on top of that thing, and the boat came back around, and nobody would toss a towel into the water for me.
That's so mean, though. Why won't anybody give you a towel?
I don't know, Madison.
What was the nickname? Merman? After that,
I don't know what nicknames I got from that. I don't want to know, and I certainly don't want to share it on the air. Let's find out what's going on in traffic. Madison's got that.
We are still watching the accident on 96 eastbound at Beck. The freeway is closed there, and slowdowns are starting now, actually well before Milford Road. It is very slow moving. Definitely avoid that area. We're also looking at slower traffic on 275 northbound. It is just south of the 275 696 14 interchange. Slowdowns are starting around Ford Road. Definitely want to avoid that area if you can as well. Looks like 23 is running pretty smoothly, and I don't have any problems to report on 94. Looks like for the most part, M52 and US 12 and M14 should also be running right around posted speeds. If you have a tip for us, 734-623-1029. Traffic is sponsored by Indeed.com, and that's the latest from the W4 Country Traffic Center.
Clear on radio.
I'm looking for a Post-it pad to write a note about Doug's birthday, and this drawer is just full of foreign cash.
dollar bill.
I don't think it's worth more than $50, $100 in here, but like I travel, and when I have extra money, I just throw it in my drawer.
To be clear, there you said 50 or 100, not 1,500, which is what I thought.
No.
I thought he said 1,500. Like it's only 50.
Oh.
Throw cash around.
See, don't Google.
What?
Uh-huh.
Don't
Doug, where do
Google
you
your
live?
symptoms. You just get yourself all worked up. Google has done a professional diagnosis. If that was the case, then doctors wouldn't make money.
That's right. We'd be giving it to Google.
Right. And if I Google, I end up Googling myself into new symptoms that I didn't know I even had,
Mhm.
that I probably don't actually have.
Yeah, that's it.
Trying to think of something embarrassing, but I try to avoid being embarrassed altogether, so I don't do a whole lot that would embarrass myself.
But this is what's interesting about embarrassment is that generally they're not that big of a deal, and later you can either not remember them or you laugh about them.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
I got shot with a rubber band in my eye when I was in, I don't know, 6th grade or something. And I had to wear an eye patch for a weekend. And that was the weekend, of course, that my young youth group, whatever it was going on some kind of retreat weekend, and my mom wouldn't let me not go. So I had to go with an eye patch for the whole weekend. It was very embarrassing.
One-eyed Willie.
That still damaged me to this day. I think I stayed in my bunk almost the whole time.
See, if it was a guy, it'd be cool though. Like if I was in 6th grade, I got an eye patch. That'd be cool.
No, it wasn't even a cool eye patch. It was like if it was a cool eye patch, like if I looked like a pirate, that would have been awesome. But it was like a Band-Aid over my eye.
No,
Oh, yeah.
I have a lazy eye, so I had to wear an eye patch in like kindergarten, 1st and 2nd grade. It wasn't cool.
No.
Oh,
So
here we go. Here's a good one. When I was in 5th, 6th grade, we went to Greenfield Village. I was walking with my friends. We were looking at a group of boys, and I ran right into a light pole.
Yeah, I've seen that before.
Oh, man. All right, Skip, your turn.
Who?
Skippy.
Yeah, but he's not paying attention.
He's not paying attention.
What about meeting the girl on the weirdo music Twitter and flying to Miami?
He doesn't seem to be embarrassed about that.
It should be.
Yes, I'm very embarrassed about that. I heard my name somewhere. Yes.
Oh, Bubba, what's the
But I don't think
Seinfeld with the naked guy on the train? I'm not ashamed of my body. Well, you should be.
I don't see, the thing is with Skip, I don't think that's going to stop him from doing something like that again in the future.
That's correct, Bubba.
We put him in charge of the radio station one weekend, and he drove to Southern Illinois for another girl.
Well, now you're talking about two separate instances.
Bubba, I am loving the fact right now that you took the time to put a collared shirt on, but you were only dressed properly from the waist up.
I'm wearing sweats. And I tell you what, if I need any procedures, I'm going to wear sweats for a long time.
Oh, I don't blame you.
Huh.
Lots of probes involved.
Probes.
And they're probing around and just discovering.
That is what probes do.
Yeah.
I'm going to take a Xanax before I go today.
Yeah, you might.
Probably a good idea.
Yeah.
Can they knock you out for that?
I don't think they're willing to knock you out a lot.
Well,
All right,
doped
sending
up
you guys
anyway.
the top of the hour bed here.
Into the 60s?
Feeling good in the morning. It's the Breakfast with Bubba Show.
5 minutes after 8 o'clock. Happy Monday. Welcome to it. You found the Breakfast with Bubba show with Bubba and Madison Raleigh.
Good morning. Mostly sunny skies today and highs into the 60s.
You're listening to WWWW FM Ann Arbor. So very proud to be a Cumulus station. You can watch us now, Facebook.com/W4Country, YouTube.com/W4Country. It's Dr. Marty and the Monday Morning Jumpstart on the morning show that makes you feel good.
And clear on radio.
Is it still embarrassment if we do something that nobody else sees? That we're embarrassed for ourselves?
I've been looking into that because I'm not sure that because it's a public emotion. So I think if we imagine the public response, we can be embarrassed. But generally, we do all kinds of stuff that if nobody sees, we're not embarrassed about, right?
I think I am still embarrassed about it.
You've done private things where you just like
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I'll embarrass myself.
yeah, but
When nobody else sees it?
But aren't you imagining though other people's reaction to it? And so like by proxy, that's where the embarrassment comes in.
I guess that's probably true.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Judging myself hard.
I think you're right, though, Marty, that embarrassment requires an audience, but we are able to conjure up an audience in our head.
Right.
Yeah, that's a good word, conjure. You just kind of create it.
Yes, because I'm a wizard.
What level? What rank?
I conjure things.
Does somebody else have an
Are
embarrassing
you
story
done?
aside from Colleen? She's the only one who's willing to share.
Come on.
Okay. Yeah.
Let's get it out there. Tip number 5 is get it out there and talk about it.
I pulled the muscles in my lower back in 8th grade jumping on a trampoline. I was trying to impress some girls.
Mm-hmm.
We had a trampoline when I was a kid, and I won't say I'm a gymnast, but I was okay on a trampoline. Like I could do all right. I went to land on my back, and I kind of over-rotated in the air, and I landed on my neck and shoulders. I just kind of doubled over, and I heard my lower vertebra pop, and like I pulled those muscles in my lower back. I had to. I literally crawled off the trampoline.
Oh man, lower lumbar sounds like. Oh yeah, you can't do anything with that.
Yeah, it was brutal. It was physical pain and it was emotional pain.
Yeah. And it had all of the, hallmarks. So, it's a social thing where you're going to try to impress. You're going for the pride thing, but what you really got was with the injury, the opposite.
Mm-hmm.
But that's not that bad though. That's kind of heroic. You did a cool trick and got hurt.
I don't think anybody thought it was a cool trick. I was just like, watch this. Oh, my back.
Oh, I've seen Skippy do that before. when you try to jump over that barricade, and you're like, hey, watch me, parkour.
Yeah.
Parkour.
And
I have video.
Pretty good.
Yeah,
like,
that was not fun.
No, that was pretty bad too. Like your ankle was swollen for a good week.
I had to use my brother's cane just to get around the building because it was that bad.
Why does your brother have a cane?
Because he's a pimp.
Yo, he's a pimp. Yo. No, he tore his ACL in high school, and to get around school, not using those crutches, he had a cane. And so it just made his life easier, and he gave it to me when I hurt myself. So
didn't you actually have to go to the doctor too?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
They said you could have broken your foot. And I'm like, did I not break my foot? They said, no, you sprained it really bad.
Stop jumping over barricades trying to show off.
Yeah. Look what I can do.
Look what I can do.
Here, Jacob says, the only story I can think of is tripping and fall at a wrestling tournament in front of a crowd of people. I could see them laughing.
Anybody ever bombed public speaking? Like just bomb outright, just stink?
I was picked to read some scripture at church one day.
Oh boy.
And I practiced it and I practiced it and I practiced it. And then I got up there and it was a different version. The Bible was a different version than what I'd practiced with. And it was not even close.
Did they drop you to like a King James or something?
Yeah, I don't remember what it was, but it was not even close. So I read it like half from memory, half what was in front of me. And I'm pretty sure none of it was actual scripture.
The Bible's one of those things you don't want to ad lib.
Right. In front of the whole church, too. That was embarrassing. And I think I was, I don't know, 14 maybe, 13. Young teens. Maybe middle school, maybe younger.
Yeah, and then you can't think, right? Because your autonomic nervous system's activated because you're under so much stress. That's bad.
Mm-hmm.
In front of a
Yeah,
crowd.
it was not good. Oh, Katrina.
Hey, Bubba, I need a diversified here after traffic.
You're so demanding, Skippy.
Please. I know. I'm sorry.
You guys can't hear the power tools, can you?
Is that what that sound is?
Oh, you can't hear it.
Sound like a probe.
Shooting needles. They have a probe that shoots needles.
That's
And here's a question that I'd only ask amongst friends. What if you toot? What if the probe goes in and you toot?
Talk about embarrassing.
I'm sure it wouldn't be the first time it's happened in that procedure.
Yeah,
That
think of
doesn't
all of the
change it.
embarrassing things that probably happen.
They just leave you on the table. They just go home.
They do. Oh, we can't work with this man.
Why does it seem like all stories start with "I was at youth camp"?
Oh, there's a lot of youth camp ones.
That's the age where kids are just vicious.
I know.
You know, if you deviate from the norm at that
Oh
age,
man,
Mm-mm.
I was at winter church camp and I was scared to go to the bathroom at night. I had to pee because I was scared of Bigfoot. And
I'm sorry. Wait, what? Back up.
we were in a cabin, but the bathrooms were in like a different building. And so at night I would have had to walk through the forest to get to the bathroom, and I was scared of Bigfoot and bears. So I peed my pants, and I walked around and peed pants for days, like 2 days.
Oh man.
Okay, I got off the bus one day and I never took the bus. And I got off the bus one day. My parents couldn't pick me up from school or something. I don't remember, but I got off the bus and I remember I had to pee so bad. I peed my pants right when I got off the bus. And I actually ended up walking around the block the other way because I didn't want anybody to see me walking towards my house. I didn't want them to know where I lived.
Back live on radio in 3,
Oh my
2,
God.
1.
102.9 W4 Country and the Breakfast with Bubba show in the morning. Thank you for listening along. And Skippy, thank you for that 3-second warning that we were going on. Rascal Flats, life is a highway. Time right now is 8:15. We're with Dr. Marty for the Monday Morning Jumpstart, and we're talking about embarrassment. Let's review the points that we've had so far this morning about embarrassment. And that is point number 1, get away from the punishment phase of it. Don't punish yourself. 2, focus on the non-emotional aspect of it. 3, stop being a perfectionist. 4, learn to laugh at yourself. Number 5, talk about it. What's our bonus today, Marty?
Okay, bonus is good news for you is you're not that interesting. So be aware of the spotlight effect. People, you're not the center of the universe. People aren't thinking about that thing. They're not thinking about you. And that should be a relief, actually.
I think that's a good reminder for some of us sometimes. We are not the center of the universe.
Exactly.
Is this worse, though, with social media, people thinking they are like Gen Z? Every Gen Z I've met thinks they're the center of the universe.
It's bad. It's worse than I thought it was going to be, because at first I was looking at the positive aspects, but boy, it has a pernicious effect. This social media is having a pernicious effect on.
Well, and I think, embarrassment, it could be taken to a whole different level with the inclusion of social media, right?
Oh my gosh, it lives forever too. No one's going to forget.
Right.
All right, Walsh, what's going on in the weather today?
we're sunny and highs into the 60s.
Dr. Marty, thank you very much for the Monday Morning Jumpstart. You can find him on the Shepherd and the Shrink podcast, drmartinfletcher.com or Renew Hope Counseling. Any one of the above. You can get a hold of Dr. Marty. He's here every Monday. Thank you, sir.
Okay, you bet. I'm praying for you, Bubba.
Thank you very much. I will let everybody. You know what? It's something the guys need to know about because I didn't know about it. So I'm going to be. It's embarrassing, but we're going to continue. I'll try to work on the points of embarrassment with this one, and I'll keep everybody posted.
I'm glad you wrote them all down.
Yeah, 8:17. Let's find out how your driving to work is going with a check on your W4 Country traffic.
We're still watching the incident on 96 eastbound. I think it must be in the clearing stages now. The freeway was closed, and I'm not sure if it still is, but it still is very, very slow moving right through there. Actually, that was starting around Beck Road, but the backups are now starting well before Milford Road. Still want to avoid that area if you can. 23 is running smoothly right now and no problems to report on 94. It looks like M52, US 12 and M14 should be running right around posted speeds. If you have a tip for us, 734-623-1029. That's the latest from W4 Country Traffic Center.
Oh, temperatures in the 60s. Spring is almost here, and all that melting, all that water that was on your roof, if it starts coming in, you could have some major damage to everything in your house. Diversified Roofing will get on your roof and tell you if it needs a repair or a replacement. If you've seen ice dams this winter, you need to have it checked out. If your roof is, getting up there in age, have it checked out. Stan the man came out to my house, got up on my roof, and did a hands-on inspection. Most roofing companies don't do that. They'll fly a drone over and call it good. Nope. Stan took pictures personally, showed me what was good, what was bad, what needed repair, and what needed replacement. And we decided together that my roof needed a replacement. It was 20 years old, builder's basic roof. It was time to go. They were in and out so fast and did such an amazing job. And now I have GAF shingles warranted for 50 years on my house. Put them to work for you by going to diversifiedroofingllc.com. That's diversifiedroofingllc.com, and be sure to tell them Bubba sent you.
And clear on radio.
You saying goodbye?
Oh, sure. Have we addressed everybody?
I think so.
Okay.
Goodbye. Have a good day.
Bye.